Quick solo A guide for early and mid game. How to hold A. So if you're coming A, I like to save onto my smoke. Reason being, if I'm playing here with a rifle, and then let's say my teammate has an op and says, let me play A this round, I don't want A main to be smoked when I'm there with a rifle and then not smoked when my teammate's there with an op, because it's a massive tell to anybody who's on terror side who actually communicates this, or let's say the strat callers here, or just understands, hey, there's no smoke here, they're probably opping it. Let's do a smoke play on A. So I like to save onto my smoke and just spot the start, and then save my smoke for an actual execute. And there's several ways you can play it. One is to spot a crack on the side of sight, and if you see that the enemies are executing by throwing smokes and stuff, I like to just Molotov behind forklift. That's a pretty good molly, and you kill them as they come out the forklift, and you just kill anyone who's coming through the door. Generally speaking, you can throw a smoke, not that deep, just that quad box, so that the terrorists have to push through it. If the terrorists aren't throwing their own smoke in that position. If they do smoke you off here, then what you could do instead is molly the door, or molly here and setting it with the quad box and hold it. You can jump spot into main from up here. You can just jump spot up and down, and you can spot the enemies coming from that position. You can spot them in main, and then you can throw a flash at them and then shift your position. I try to avoid forklift side of sight, just because if they smoke, let's say they smoke this off and then they like Molotov you from the door. Let's say they come to the door and they do a Molotov like this. I think it's like that. Yeah. Then you're pretty much screwed. You've just given up sight control, really, and they can be in the sight before you get there. So it's not really good. You're basically committing yourself to an A retake, which I don't like to do. I think it's better to get opening kills. It's easier to retake A if it's like a 4-on-3 than if it's a 5-on-5. Especially if the terrorists are able to hang on to any smoke grenades. So I like to play from around sight side, jump spotting from quad, leaving it unsmoked, or you could even come up here at the start of the round and get onto this box here to spot over for information and spot the door, or you can even come up and jump onto quad box and just spot from up here, and then as soon as you take contact you just fall off. Because it's a pretty random angle, you can't really use it over and over again because teams will catch on, but you can use it once in a blue moon just to see if you can catch someone off guard. So those are all different ways that I could play solo. Also, just because I said you shouldn't smoke it every round doesn't mean that you can't smoke it one of the rounds. So you can smoke it, and what people are going to think when you smoke this is that you're boosting up or you're trying to push door. So they might react by saying, like, flashing into door room, and when they come out and execute an A, they might check up the boost. So it's good to mix up and throw a smoke there once in a while just to throw them off. And then if you do throw that smoke, you can try to push through and get aggressive. But I wouldn't do that if you're playing it solo. The reason being, if you die, you have no teammate to basically play on A or trade your kill, death rather, to get a trade kill off of your death.